Hi, this is Johnny Burgin with another Chicago Blues guitar lesson. This is by request from one of the great folks who have joined me on Patreon. Going out to Dash and to all you guys who really love low down, dirty, sad, depressing, tragic blues. This is Blue and Lonesome by Little Walter with some amazing guitar by Luther Tucker, and this is a chance to talk about his picking style, which is really something else. First, I'm going to go through the chords, though. It's in D minor, and then you have an A major, or an A seventh, like that, and a G minor. And that's about it. And there's no turnaround. And you get this momentum from not playing the turnaround. Sometimes the turnaround kind of stops the song in its tracks, and then it starts over. But this is like this death march that never stops. I mean, and I really like the chords, like it's kind of inexorable, you know. Sometimes he goes, and sometimes he just goes. Now I've got a tremolo on. I'm using an MXR tremolo. I really like this one, but there's tons of great ones. This is on the octo setting, and everything's at about halfway, except I've got this gain knob all the way up because I like the way it sounds. So I've sort of run through the chords already on my looper, so I'm gonna just play a little bit and then I'll talk about it. Oh, here we go. Sometimes he does these trills to sort of finish it out. So I'm going to talk about the intro now. That was just kind of getting in the flavor of it. The intro, he starts out in the 10th and 10th fret. I'm slowing it down on purpose. And I'm moving my whole forearm, not just like this, but my whole forearm. And I like to sort of use these two fingers and leave this loose, but I know that Luther Tucker does not do that. Now this is kind of like jumping onto a moving train to do this. Because you've got to jump your third finger in there while you're picking fast. You can see I missed the train that time, didn't I? And then the G minor. And then the second lick is where he hits like everything but the kitchen sink, you know? It's something real similar to that. You can just do one stroke all the way down through the G, B, and E strings. And then he does it again. It's like pretty much the same lick almost. And then try these bends really soft, like not even a half step. It's almost like sour, I guess. And you can kind of flutter and play it a little bit softer. Sometimes he plays really loud and picks kind of deep into the string, and then sometimes he lightens up and like flutters over it like this. Especially when he's in this area, the 10 and 12, 10 and 12 here. You know who played like that was Jimmy Lee Robinson. I think he got a lot of stuff from Luther Tucker. Yeah. And then finally on the 5, he'll just goes, that must have been like a signal. It's like, okay, we're here now. You know, that 5 chord is 5, 6, and 5. And then he goes, notice how this note, when you bend the 12th and put it back, it's the 7th of your 5 chord. And And then he moans it some more. And then he answers it finally with like the real period of the sentence. I mean, after he went through all this. And then finally at the end. And that's pretty much the only vibrato in the song is when he's here, which is out of this position, not this position anymore, but with your third finger on the D string, D note, excuse me, 15th fret of the B string. When he finally ends there, it's kind of the flaming exclamation point at the end of this frantic sentence, right? You know? And then he sort of backed off and played this turnaround chord. It's the only turnaround chord in the song is when he does this augmented chord, A augmented, 12, 11, 10 on A, D, and G. But meanwhile, nobody else is doing the turnarounds. And then he starts, I'm blue and lonesome. See if you can do something, I think this is called an S forzando or something, where it's loud and you back off. And then build it again. It's not. You know, that would sort of wear you out if it was all the same dynamics and always loud. But if you go loud, soft, loud again like that, then it's cool. You could practice going through the whole song that way. Like this. I love that when he goes like this. He does something like that at the beginning of his harmonica solo. Da 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 da. Yeah. So you could do like that. And you can practice this some more. He's sort of bending it while he's picking them really fast. Try going this real light. And I guess the hardest lick is this. So if you just can't go that fast, try going real slow. You might want to really mute here because you're going to bump into the G string and be clanging it. So you could practice with picking a little deeper to make the notes sort of spit out. So sometimes he spits out the notes and sometimes they flutter when he backs off. So that's just about it. I'm not going to go through everything note for note. There is a really funny moment, not funny moment, but an interesting moment where the last verse, I think, I'm going to leave in the morning. Freddie Robinson plays this chord, a D minor 7th. D here, just for a minute, and then he changes his mind and goes, and even to make it more of a death march, he goes like, something like that. But just for a minute, he played that, which was kind of a cool chord, but then he goes, oh, I better not do that. So, I can almost hear him say that, you know. So you can practice real loud or flutter it. Oh, and then he does this. Dig this. There's two ways to play that. You could do a bend. See what a soft bend that was? Just barely pushing it up. Or Rusty Zen has a great version of kind of an update of this song into an original song, this song called The Chill, where he does this beautiful intro. It's just like this. And he can play this style fabulously. And I know he learned a lot from Luther Tucker directly. Great guitarist. So check him out as well. I hope this lesson will get you started on playing this kind of impossible style to play, you know. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get not linked up sometimes. You just have to really tap your foot. Try to relax your arm a little bit, and you can practice going louder and softer. You should always be like feels like you're waiting for something, you know, when you do these. And you could do these little trills too, sort of, I don't know, to make it more dramatic. So hope you enjoyed this little chat about Blue and Lonesome. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel, tell your friends, and see you next time. Thanks a lot.